Imagine spending thousands of dollars building your dream barndominium. The land is cleared. The frame goes up. The finishes come together exactly the way you pictured them. And then a few years in, something starts to feel off. The upstairs bedroom is unbearable by July. The utility bills climb every summer without explanation. A contractor mentions, almost in passing, that the roof you chose was never really built for this climate. Most people think choosing a roof is just about appearance. Pick the shape you like, pick a color that matches the siding, move on to the next decision. The truth is very different. That one choice silently influences almost everything about how the home performs. Comfort, maintenance, energy use, and what the place is worth years down the road. And here's the part that catches almost everyone off guard. One of the most popular roof styles in barndominium construction isn't automatically the smartest choice. Most homeowners don't discover why until they've already lived under it for years. So which roof is it? And why does it surprise so many people? Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to avoid that mistake on your own build. Long before the walls are finished, before a single cabinet is hung or a floor is laid, the roof has already started shaping how that home is going to feel to live in for decades. If you're new here, welcome. At Modern Luxury Homes USA, we help future homeowners make smarter building decisions by breaking down the thinking behind great design, practical construction, and long-term value. The kind of insight that usually only comes from builders who've made every mistake once already. If that's the kind of practical advice that brought you here today, go ahead and subscribe, because we're about to walk through one decision that has truly saved some homeowners thousands of dollars over time and gradually cost others far more than they ever expected. The first roof on our list today is the one almost everyone starts with. It's popular for good reason, but is it the right fit for everyone? Let's find out. Before we even get into roof shapes, there's a question that needs to come first, and most people skip right past it. What does your weather actually demand? Think about building the exact same barndominium in two very different places. One goes up in the dry heat of Arizona. The other goes up in the snow country of Michigan. Would the same roof perform equally well in both? Almost certainly not. In snow-heavy regions, a roof needs enough pitch to shed weight before it accumulates into a structural problem. In areas that see heavy rainfall, drainage and gutter design matter just as much as the roofing material itself. Along the coast or the open plains, wind uplift becomes the deciding factor. A roof that looks perfect on paper can become a liability in a 70-mile-per-hour gust if it wasn't engineered for it. And in hot, humid climates, ventilation and reflectivity determine whether your upstairs rooms are livable in August or downright unbearable. This is why climate, more often than style, should be the very first filter you apply. A roof that's a local favorite to states over might be the wrong call entirely on your land. Once climate has narrowed the field, the next decision is shape, and that's where things start to get interesting. The gable roof is the one most people picture the moment they hear the word barndominium. Two sloped sides meeting at a central ridge, forming that clean triangular shape at each end of the home. It's popular for a reason. Construction is relatively straightforward, which keeps labor costs more predictable than more complex designs. The steep, simple slope sheds rain and snow efficiently, reducing the chance of pooling or ice damming when it's built at the right pitch for the region. And because the shape is so widely used, most builders and roofing crews already know inside and out, which tends to mean fewer surprises during construction. On typical builds, asphalt shingle roofing on a straightforward gable runs somewhere in the range of $4 to $6 per square foot installed. Metal roofing, often the go-to for barndominiums, can run anywhere from about $6 up to $25 per square foot, depending on the panel style and gauge chosen. The gable simplicity tends to keep those numbers on the more reasonable end of the spectrum compared to more complex roof lines. There's also added potential worth a mention. A gable roof with enough pitch can open up usable loft space, extra storage, or even a future bonus room, without expanding the building's footprint. But popularity comes with its own blind spot. The most common mistake homeowners make with a gable roof isn't in the shape itself. It's underestimating ventilation. Without proper ridge and soffit venting, heat and moisture get trapped in the attic space, which can slowly damage insulation and drive up cooling costs for years without anyone realizing why. Its popularity comes from balance. But balance doesn't automatically mean it's the best option for your specific build. The next roof style looks a lot more modern, but there's more happening beneath that surface than most people expect. A monitor roof takes the basic gable shape and raises a section in the middle, creating a kind of clear-story effect, a raised central structure with its own set of windows running along the sides. Walk into a great room where daylight pours in from above, well beyond what a standard window line could ever offer, and the ceiling suddenly feels like a different feature of the house entirely. For a lot of homeowners, the answer becomes clear the moment they actually stand inside one. That raised center section does more than let in light. It creates additional interior volume, which can make even a modest floor plan feel a lot larger. It also improves natural ventilation, since heat naturally rises and can escape through the upper windows if they're operable. The trade-off is complexity. A monitor roof requires more engineering than a basic gable, more flashing detail where the raised section meets the lower roof planes, and a builder who truly understands how to execute it without creating future leak points. That complexity shows up in the budget. Monitor roofs typically add a real premium over a standard gable in both materials and labor. For homeowners chasing natural light and a more open, airy feel, though many say it earns every extra dollar. There's another roof style that gives a barndominium a completely different personality altogether, and it might offer more usable space than you'd expect. The gambrel roof is the shape most people associate with a traditional barn, two slopes on each side, with the lower slope considerably steeper than the upper one. It's the outline that gives barndominiums that classic, distinctly rural charm. What makes it worth serious consideration, though, isn't nostalgia. It's space efficiency. That distinctive double-slope shape creates a lot more usable loft area than a standard gable roof at the same overall height, which means more room for a second-floor bedroom, a home office, or generous attic storage, all without adding to the home's overall footprint. There's a traditional appeal to it as well. For homeowners building a farmhouse-style or rustic barndominium, the gambrel shape reinforces that authentic barn look in a way few other roof types can match. The catch is structural complexity. The double-pitch design requires more engineering than a plain gable, and in regions with heavy snow, that upper, shallower slope needs to be carefully calculated to avoid excessive snow load buildup at the transition point. It's a roof that rewards working with a builder who has specific experience with the style, not one who's just willing to try it. The smartest investment in a build isn't always more square footage. Sometimes it's making better use of the space you were already planning to build. One more roof style has been steadily gaining popularity for reasons that are almost the complete opposite of everything we've covered so far. The single slope, or shed, roof strips things down to one continuous plane, angled in a single direction. No ridge, no valleys, no competing slopes to engineer around. Visually, it's become something of a signature look for modern barndominiums. Clean lines, a strong architectural profile, and a distinctly contemporary feel that pairs especially well with large windows and minimalist exteriors. There are practical advantages, too. That single, uninterrupted plane happens to be one of the most efficient layouts for solar panel installation, since the entire array can be oriented toward the sun without the obstructions a multi-slope roof creates. Drainage is also pleasantly straightforward, since with only one direction for water to travel, gutter planning and runoff management become far more predictable than on a roof with multiple valleys. Structurally, it's often one of the more straightforward and cost-effective shapes to build, provided the pitch is calculated correctly for the region's rainfall and snow expectations. But simplicity in appearance doesn't mean simplicity in planning. A shed roof leaves very little room for error. Every window placement, every ceiling height, and every structural beam has to be considered up front because there's no second roof line to hide behind or compensate with later. Minimalist design, in other words, often requires the most planning of all. Before comparing actual costs across all of these roof types, there's one overlooked factor that deserves your full attention, because it changes the math more than most people realize. By now, you may be noticing something that wasn't obvious at the start of this video. There isn't one universally best roof for a barndominium. There's only the roof that best matches your climate, your budget, your lifestyle, and your plans for the property years down the road. If these comparisons have helped you look at roofing a little differently, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps more future homeowners find practical building advice like this before they make an expensive decision of their own. There's still one important piece of the puzzle most people don't think about until it's already too late, and it directly affects what they'll ultimately spend on the entire project. Here's something to think about for a moment. The roof shape itself is rarely the biggest expense on the line item. It's the complexity required to build that shape correctly. Pitch plays a major role. A steeper roof requires more material to cover the same footprint, along with additional safety measures during construction, both of which drive labor costs upward. Labor, in general, has become the dominant cost driver in 2026 budgets. Material pricing has settled compared to the volatility of a few years ago, but skilled roofing labor, especially for anything beyond a basic gable, remains the line item that swings a budget the most. Waste factors in too. Complex roof lines with multiple valleys, dormers, or transitions generate a lot more material waste during installation than a simple, continuous plane. And regional pricing can't be ignored. The same roof, built with the same materials, can cost meaningfully more in a market with higher labor demand or stricter local code requirements than in a rural area with more competitive contractor pricing. Bottom line, the shape gets the credit, but the labor and complexity behind it write the actual check. Materials can shift that equation even further. If two roofing materials looked nearly identical from the street, would you choose the one that costs less today or the one that saves you money without you ever noticing over the next 30 years? That's the exact comparison many homeowners wish they'd made sooner. Asphalt shingles remain the most budget-friendly option, typically landing in the $4 to $6 per square foot range installed. They're familiar, widely available, and easy for most roofing crews to install. The trade-off is lifespan. Shingles generally need replacement well before a well-maintained metal roof does, and they tend to perform less predictably in extreme heat or severe wind regions. Metal roofing, especially standing seam, has become something of the signature choice for barndominium builders. It ranges more broadly, roughly $6 to $25 per square foot depending on panel style, gauge, and finish, but it offers a much longer service life, superior wind and fire resistance, and, when paired with proper insulation, real gains in energy performance in hot climates thanks to its reflectivity. Standing seam metal uses concealed fasteners rather than exposed screws, which reduces the most common failure point on metal roofs: fastener backout and the small leaks that follow years later. Composite and tile options sit in their own category, generally in the $6 to $12 per square foot range, offering a distinct architectural look for homeowners chasing an upscale or Mediterranean-inspired style, though they typically add weight considerations the engineering needs to account for. The pattern across nearly every comparison is the same. The material that costs more upfront is very often the one that costs less to own over time. Most expensive roofing mistakes don't happen during construction. They happen weeks earlier during planning, when nobody's paying close enough attention. Ignoring climate is the most common one. Choosing a roof style because it looked good in a photo from a different region, without accounting for the snow load, wind exposure, or humidity of the actual build site. Poor ventilation is a close second. It's invisible at move-in and only becomes obvious years later, in the form of trapped heat, premature material wear, and unexplained increases in cooling costs. Choosing purely by appearance is another trap. A roof that photographs beautifully but ignores drainage, pitch requirements, or material compatibility with the climate can end up being an expensive lesson in hindsight. Underestimating maintenance catches plenty of homeowners off guard too, assuming a roof will simply take care of itself when, in reality, gutters, flashing, and seals all need periodic attention regardless of material. And perhaps the most costly of all, hiring an installer without direct experience in the specific roof style chosen. A contractor who's excellent at standard gable roofs isn't automatically qualified to execute a monitor roof's flashing details correctly, and that gap tends to show up as a leak, not as an invoice. The best roof doesn't compete with the architecture around it. It completes it. A farmhouse-style barndominium tends to lean naturally toward a gable or gambrel roof, reinforcing that classic rural look the style is built around. A modern barndominium is where the single-slope roof truly shines, pairing with large windows and clean exterior lines to create that distinctly contemporary feel. Rustic builds often favor the gambrel for its authentic barn character, especially when paired with board and batten or reclaimed wood siding. Luxury barndominiums frequently reach for the monitor roof, using that raised central section to bring in dramatic natural light and a sense of volume that feels closer to a custom estate than a standard build. And ranch-style barndominiums, with their emphasis on single-level living and a low, grounded profile, usually pair best with a lower pitch gable that keeps the home's proportions balanced. Stand on your property 5 years after moving in, and there are really only two ways that moment plays out. Either you're admiring how the roof looks from the driveway, or you're appreciating how little you've had to think about it since the day you moved in. The smartest roofing decision, more often than not, delivers both without you ever having to choose. Exceptional homes come from thoughtful decisions, not from defaulting to the most expensive option on the list. Those decisions keep paying off long after the construction crew is packed up and moved on to the next project. After walking through how each of these roof types really performs, it becomes pretty clear that a roof is far more than just the top layer of a home. It's one of the biggest investments you'll make in comfort, protection, energy efficiency, and long-term value, even if it doesn't always feel that way while you're picking colors and samples. So which roof type makes the most sense for the kind of barndominium you'd like to build someday? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy learning the thinking behind great home design and smarter building decisions, subscribe to Modern Luxury Homes USA. Next time, we'll uncover another building decision that looks simple at first glance, but ends up shaping far more of your final budget than most people ever expect. The best roof isn't necessarily the most expensive one on the market. It isn't even necessarily the most popular one in your neighborhood. It's the one that quietly serves your home year after year, helping you avoid problems you never even have to think about. Roofing designs, material recommendations, pricing estimates, and construction insights shared in this video are based on publicly available industry information and market conditions available at the time of production. Actual costs, performance, and suitability will vary depending on climate, local building codes, contractors, materials, and individual project requirements. Always consult qualified building professionals before making final construction decisions.